ESG, environmental social governance, a trillion-dollar framework shaping global investment. But here's the question, is ESG actually driving sustainability or just performing it? Let's be honest, ESG doesn't deliver real-world outcomes. Start with environmental. Companies publish net zero targets, disclose emissions, and still, global emissions rise. Why? Because ESG rewards reporting, not reduction. Offsets replace action. Narratives replace numbers. This isn't decarbonization, it's optimization of perception. We are measuring optics, not impact. The system is fundamentally misaligned. That's too simplistic. ESG was never meant to directly cut emissions. It's a capital allocation tool. It shifts investment away from high-risk, unsustainable firms. And it's working. We're seeing better disclosure, stronger climate awareness, and increasing pressure on firms to act. This is the foundation of structural change. Pressure without consequences is noise. Let's move to social. Diversity metrics, community pledges, great on paper. But do they predict real societal outcomes? No. They're inconsistent, subjective, and easy to manipulate. Social ESG is reputation management dressed as impact. It lacks the precision needed for accountability. Social impact is complex. You can't reduce it to neat metrics overnight. But ESG has forced companies to acknowledge issues they previously ignored: labor rights, equity, supply chains. It's not perfect, but it's progress. We are finally bringing visibility to the human side of the global supply chain. That is a significant step forward. Progress without precision is dangerous. Now, governance, the strongest pillar. Yes, governance works. It drives accountability, aligns incentives, improves oversight. But here's the contradiction. A company can have perfect governance and still be environmentally destructive. So ESG's most effective pillar is also the least tied to sustainability outcomes. That's exactly why ESG is evolving. We're moving toward tighter standards, transition plans, science-based targets, real economy metrics. The problem is how early we are in development. You're judging version 1.0 as if it should already be perfect. As these standards mature and become global, the precision you demand will follow. Evolution takes time. No, I'm judging it on results. Environmental, manipulable, social, vague, governance, indirect. ESG fails because it confuses signals with solutions. 3 pillars, no unified outcome. And I'd argue the opposite. ESG is not the solution, it's the transition mechanism. It's shifting capital and building the foundation for accountability. You don't abandon that, you refine it. So here's the real question. Is ESG a flawed system we should rethink? Or an evolving one we can't afford to ignore? Let's fix it through the PAQCS lens. P, predict. Make ESG outcome-driven, not intention-driven. Problem, ESG predicts ambition, not outcomes. Solution, shift from promises to measurable outcome pathways with absolute metrics. We must integrate science-based benchmarks tied to sector pathways. ESG should answer what will actually change and by when. This requires a focus on results. A, activate. Tie ESG directly to economic consequences. Problem, ESG influences perception, not behavior. Solution, hardwire ESG into financial and regulatory triggers immediately. Link executive pay to verified sustainability outcomes and embed ESG into the cost of capital. Introduce penalty mechanisms for missed milestones. No consequences means no transition. Q, question. Standardize and stress test ESG credibility. Problem, ESG is fragmented and easy to game. Solution, enforce globally aligned standards and require independent verification. Introduce anti-greenwashing stress tests. Are offsets overused? Is Scope 3 excluded? ESG must survive the same scrutiny as financial reporting, not just marketing copy. C, clarify. Disaggregate and prioritize what matters. Problem, ESG scores blur critical trade-offs. Solution, break ESG into decision use modules like climate, nature, and social risk. Eliminate single aggregate scores. Focus on materiality by sector. Investors should ask, where exactly is the risk or impact, rather than looking for a simple compliant label. S, summarize. Redefine ESG's role as a transition accountability system. Problem, ESG tries to be a moral compass. Solution, track real economy change, not just disclosure quality. Align with policy and industrial strategy. Focus on outcomes over optics. ESG shouldn't just signal sustainability. It should enforce the actual progress toward it. The rebuilt ESG model moves from disclosure-driven, voluntary narratives to outcome-based, enforced, and capital-aligned systems. This is the discipline the system currently lacks. ESG doesn't need to be abandoned, it needs to be disciplined. Measure what changes, reward what delivers, penalize what delays our collective progress toward a stable world. Measure what changes, reward what delivers, penalize what delays. This is the PAQCS approach to a functional ESG. I am Professor Ogbuagu Ugorji Udensi. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel and stay tuned to another episode for more deep dives into the systems behind climate and energy. Thank you for joining this analysis. Farewell.